Good morning. This is Jacob Melton here in the Southern Michigan Weather Center with your forecast update for Tuesday, November 26, 2024. Taking a look at our satellite and radar loop from yesterday evening, we had some rain showers moving across the region, with even some snow ongoing to our north across the Upper Peninsula and beginning to move into portions of northern lower as the colder air began to come into the region on the backside of the system. Now, while this morning we could be looking at maybe a little bit of snow activity across mainly our northern areas, overall I think it will be a relatively dry Tuesday across the region. We are also still keeping an eye on our potential for Thanksgiving snow, which I will say is looking lower at this point, at least for the daytime hours of the Thanksgiving holiday. We will be discussing that coming up in this forecast update. Taking a look now at our futurecast radar and clouds, starting at 7 o'clock this morning, and as we previously mentioned, there is a possibility we may see a little bit of snow mixed into any leftover rain showers this morning. That will be especially true the further north you go, but the environment is looking relatively marginal for that, so we don't think there will be too much in the way of activity out there, but just something to be aware of. You might see a few snowflakes, especially the further north you are earlier this morning. Heading into the afternoon hours, we look to remain dry for the most part, likely under mostly to possibly some partly cloudy skies in spots, but I think the mostly cloudy skies will win out. That will continue into tonight, and going into Wednesday, you can see our storm system begin to arrive into the area, especially during the afternoon hours on Wednesday. Now, Wednesday afternoon, it might start out as a rain-snow mix before transitioning into mainly snow as we head towards Wednesday night. Now, most of the guidance I've been seeing has been leaning towards a glancing below solution, keeping most of the precipitation to our south, but areas south of I-96, especially south of I-94, you may see some snow Wednesday night, maybe with minor accumulations, but I do not think this will cause too many impacts for holiday travel, given the timing and the fact that it will be out of here Thanksgiving morning. But it is something we will be monitoring over the next day or so, and we will have updates on it as newer data comes in, and we can narrow down exactly when and where and how much will be falling. But again, at this point, it's not looking like a major impact to holiday travel, but we will be keeping an eye on it. Taking a look at our longer range futurecast, we are on Thanksgiving morning here. And as you can see, any precipitation from the system Wednesday night will be moving out of here by Thanksgiving morning, and we are expecting a relatively dry Thanksgiving Day across the area, just with the cooler temperatures, obviously. And but that reprieve from precipitation will be short-lived, as you can see. Beginning Friday morning, you will see the lake effect snow really start to ramp up across the region, and that will be the general story, not only for this weekend, but even the early next week. Now, Saturday, if we go forward into Saturday morning, there may be a little bit of a lull in the lake effect snow, but Saturday night then and into Sunday and even into early next week, we will be seeing waves of lake effect snow across the area. Now, for the typical lake effect snow belts, we could be looking at several inches by the time this is all said and done early next week. But we're not going to forecast exactly when and where just yet, as this is still a few days out. But just be aware that this could be quite a bit of lake effect snow for those of you in the typical lake effect favored areas. So monitor for forecast updates, and we will have that information as we get closer. taking a look now at the next 7 days, once again this morning there may be a few rain and snow showers out and about, especially to our north, but not expecting anything major to come out of that. It will also be a windy day across the area with gusts potentially in the 35-mile-per-hour range, especially closer to the lake shores. Excuse me. Heading into Wednesday, we will be seeing rain and snow begin to move in during the afternoon hours, especially the further south you are, transitioning to mainly snow Wednesday night before moving out Thanksgiving morning. Minor accumulations may be possible Wednesday night, but not expecting anything major in terms of impacts to Thanksgiving Day travel, given the timing of it. Thanksgiving Day proper will be relatively dry under mostly cloudy skies, but beginning on Friday, after the holiday, the lake effect snow begins to ramp up. The coldest air so far also arrives after the holiday, with temperatures Friday heading into early next week below freezing. This is Jacob Melton here in the Southern Michigan Weather Center, wishing you a great Tuesday.